Here's a Ford radio that I've installed in the 1989 Lincoln Town Car. I took out the goofy, cheap CD player unit, and I'd opened it up, and I couldn't get it to work still. I'm not sure what ended up happening to it, because it did work initially, but I wanted to get rid of it anyway. And I had this Ford radio that I think is from a pickup truck, because it doesn't have a rear fade control, but it seems to work okay in this. Not quite perfectly, but it's certainly a lot better than having no functioning radio. I got these connectors here from the 1991 Grand Marquis. When I get that car running, I think I'll just replace those connectors, but I just decided to salvage them from them for now. The power and the speaker connectors. Luckily, when they put in the CD radio, they didn't break into the original factory wiring. It's got the usual type of connector for power, and then they put this, the previous owners put this adapter on there to hook up to the CD radio. And they also had this adapter to hook up to the external amplifier, and the amplifier is actually located in the trunk, and it seems to play through the external amplifier okay, but the sound quality is not optimal. I can tell there's just a touch of distortion, but it may even be in the speakers, because for one thing, these speakers here don't seem to work. They may have even rewired the amp or something, so I may just decide to hook up directly to the speakers and bypass the amplifier. I did have to modify this in order to provide power to the amp turn-on lead, which is this bottom blue lead here. This radio doesn't even have a connector, doesn't even have a pin at that portion of the connector for that. So let me go ahead and put it back in the dashboard. I'm going to get a new dial lamp for this one too, because the lamp for the LCD is burned out. So now I'll put it back in there. Now I've got the radio installed in here. I think it actually is designed to come out a little bit further into the panel. I don't have the side mounting brackets on it. Might have to see if I can find some of those. It sounds pretty decent, but just need to replace the antenna. And I've got some wine from the alternator. I don't know if I just need to try to put some capacitors on there, or because listen to it. As I press on the accelerator pedal, you hear the whine increase in pitch. So we're getting some kind of interference from the alternator. So I may try to see if I can filter that out with capacitors, or it may just be indicating a new alternator will be needed soon. So and the antenna got broken off, so it will get some stations, but not nearly won't work nearly as well as when the antenna is restored.
The baseball basic for you from Basic Energy Services. The home run, of course, the classic way to put a run on the board. The Hounds had only 11 home runs for the year coming into this game.
Now, of course, when the engine is stopped and it's turned to accessories, the line disappears.
First, a single by Matt Suletic. Oh, baby, you hurt me.
I did get the inspection sticker successfully. And so I've been driving it all this week, and it's been driving really good. One more thing I did was to replace one of the heater hoses. I noticed that it was starting to bulge, and when I took it off, it seemed like there was some cracking inside of it. It's this hose here, goes down back behind the upper part of the intake manifold. It's kind of hard to see where it goes, but I had to reach down behind the upper intake manifold and put it on. And the factory hose clamp they use is a real pain to get off. I would have probably used the Dremel tool, but I didn't have any cutting wheels. I just got some today. So I just sort of had to try to pry the clamp apart to get it off of that heater tube. But other than that, and when I fixed that, it's been driving really good. Transmission shifting really smoothly. So I also fixed these wires on the alternator with heat shrink tubing. I'm getting some kind of noise from it now. So I have to try and see if I can fix that. But as far as driving, it's really been doing good.